Delighted first and foremost with the response that we had from the players, or from the previous Saturday, shall we say, against Clyde, which was disappointing all round. And I think what we did do on Saturday against Ross County was repaired some of the damage that brought to us, in terms of confidence and getting the 3 points back that we lost.
Two of the most interesting aspects of last Saturday was Stephen McKenna and Paul Lovering. Stephen scored an excellent goal, something that perhaps he hasn't done a lot of this season, and Paul made an excellent return at left back.
Well, these players that you mentioned, I think first and foremost Stephen, it's something that we're trying to add to his game. Not only goals scored, I think even assists. And I think he's one of these players that his previous goal was the cup final to Ross County, and we're encouraging him and Scott McLaughlin, Kevin McDonald, Stephen McDougall, all these players, to try and get in the box to lend a hand to the goal scoring stakes. Paul Lovering was one of these ones that before the game, and we had a reserve game on the Tuesday against Stennismuir, and I felt after watching him in that, I think his enthusiasm and his determination that he showed that night, and knowing what type of person he is, was ideal for us to repair the damage from the Clyde game. And he's been unfortunate, with injury, and that was his first game from the first team game since the cup final. So bringing him back was something that we had to really think about, and I thought his performance was excellent considering that he had been out for such a long time.
How important do you think the return of the captain Paul for these final few games will be for the team?
Well, I have a better idea, and I think certainly getting them through that game was pleasing, and I think you always maybe sometimes get a little reaction. And I've watched him in training this week, and he's been fine. And I think really now that we're looking at this stage of the season, all you're doing with not only Paul but the rest of the players is just really keeping them ticking over. They're not going to lose any of their fitness. It's been a long, hard season, both physically and mentally, and I think we're in the final stages of it now, and it'll be important that we keep him fit, and I would really probably like to keep the changes to a minimum between now and the end of the season, because certainly the ones who are in possession of the jersey, and if we get the same response as we did on Saturday, I don't really think there'll be a great need to change things, but that will be dependent on performances and results.
The final two fixtures for Airdrie in the regular season are against Partick Thistle and St Johnstone, the top two. Are these good or bad fixtures for you?
Well, I think they're good fixtures, because we went to the bottom club 2 weeks ago, and you've seen what the performance we got there. So I think certainly come dealing with the Partick game first, there'll be they're still in the frame to go and get promotion. So there should be a good atmosphere, good crowd there, and I think that's something our players should thrive on, and that's the type of games that we're in this Division 4 to try and to take all that into account, and hopefully we can go and put a performance on.
Partick Thistle have beaten Airdrie 3 times this season. Do you think that's a fair reflection on your performances against them?
Not particularly. I think certainly the two games that we lost out here is arguably two better performances of the season. I think certainly the 2-1 game that we lost at Firhill, we probably committed a couple of mistakes there that contributed to us losing the game. We've already beaten them in the semi-final of the Challenge Cup, so I think we can go there and use that as a spur on it to try and make sure we take something from the game. But the way I'm looking at it now is, if we can take 6 points for the last two games would be great, and it maybe still ask that little question that the teams above us.
Just finally on that point, Kenny, do you think 8th place is still a realistic ambition with these final two matches ahead? Well,
knowing how football goes, I've been involved in a lot of strange games in my time in my playing career, the way you think you're just over the finishing line or getting so close, and there's always something comes back to scupper that. So certainly we're contributing to try and do that, get the 6 points, and then you never know. Livingston, the problems that they have, Ross County still need a result of some sort to keep them away from us, and you've got Dunfermline coming back from a disappointment and losing the semi-finals. So, but there's nothing can happen unless we do get 3 points for Thistle and then take it to the last game of the season.
Best of luck, Kenny.